one. This is Claire asking, Mike, can you talk a little more about how to offer those valuable insights on tighter timelines and deliverables? And have you used, and you have used for, and how have you used that, like your own advice, I guess, in an example?
Yeah, I mean, tight timeline's not a problem. It depends on the type of research, though. So I guess one example is I was working for a consumer electronic company, which I won't name right now, and I was given 1 week to recruit, come up with a research plan, and get results in terms of whether or not they should include a piece of hardware in the device. So in that case, it was what could actually be done within that timeline, and what would make the most sense in terms of getting something that we could be reasonably confident in. We didn't have a budget for any type of massive survey, so that meant we were going to be working more with qualitative. I had already established within the company a standing research participant pool that we could grab people from, and have actually a lot of times they were actually pre-scheduled. So in this case, they were that week. So I was able to leverage that. And then in terms of making sure we're able to get enough confidence, came up with a research method kind of based off of Amazon's working backward from the customer, where they have a press release. So we had a press release for this particular feature, had customers react to it, and we were able to track and count positive, negative sentiment, changes to it, as well as present some alternative technology solutions that were also within the same space, but weren't currently being considered for the product. Ended up saving the company, I think it was 12 or something $million, because we learned just within that week, not worthwhile to go and add that particular piece of hardware to the device. But that was definitely more on the evaluative end. If you're talking on the generative side, it's a challenge. Outside of my best advice for kind of doing generative research faster is break it into smaller pieces and have interim share-ups. And that way it doesn't seem like it's as long, because they're getting nuggets of information along the way. And that's part of what Kyle was talking about earlier in terms of making sure you're being really strict with your prioritization, because what's most important to answer now versus what can be answered later.
Yeah, those are really great advice. Let me kind of